Hi everyone, welcome to the Gypsy Caravan. I'm Shan. If I look tired too, it's because I am. So we're gonna fix this with a makeup tutorial. Okay. So for today's makeup tutorial, we are going to be doing the clean girl aesthetic. But before we do that, you need to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media and watch this video, of course. So after you've done all of that, we're going to get into today's tutorial, which is the clean girl aesthetic. Okay. What is clean girl aesthetic? It is the new given label and term for essentially a makeup trend that has been around for ages, which is the no makeup look. Generally, a lot of the time, that is what trends are these days, is they are recycled from some other point in time in history and just been dubbed a new label and name, or something very slightly in terms of technique and placement has changed, or a type of product or way in which you apply the makeup has changed. But in theory and principle, this is just a no makeup look called, or now being dubbed, the clean girl aesthetic, just so you're aware. But I'm going to still show you in any case because it's still relevant, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Okay, so after you've cleaned and washed and exfoliated your face, I'm going to show you a couple of steps from my skincare routine, just because in my mind the skincare aspect or the products that you use to achieve this look is important. Because with no makeup, it is essentially trying to mimic the look or appearance or illusion of great healthy skin without wearing too much makeup, even though some people go overboard and do a lot of makeup, which is fine. The amount of makeup and product choices you make is totally up to you, but I'm just going to show you a kind of refined version, or something that I like to do to make me look not like this. As always, I will list my products as we go in the video. They will pop up here, so be sure to look for that. But I will list them down in the description box below as well for you. Okay, this is a quick and easy tutorial. Let's do it. First up, I'm going to go in with my serum. This is by The Ordinary. It's the Buffet Multi-Technology Peptide Serum. And I go in with just about a full dropper. Not a full dropper, but a full dropper. And I am going to just work this into my skin, as you do. Next up is moisturizer. I'm going in with my Glow Recipe Watermelon Pink Juice. I am going to do about 2-ish pumps of that. You'll find that a lot of my products that I am using today are relatively glowy or directed towards the type of skin type that is dry, normal, or combination, not oily. And the reason for that is because I feel like, in my mind, for a no makeup look, or the clean girl aesthetic look or makeup, to look believable or give the illusion that you aren't wearing much, I feel like the skin should be super hydrated, glowy, and as close to skin texture as possible. The minute you try and mattify the skin too much, in my mind, that's when your makeup starts to obviously look like makeup, and you don't want that. So you can follow my lead and make sure that all the products that you are using are glowy and super hydrating and give the skin this really nice, like, juicy, plumped up, hydrated look. Or you can go matte. It's totally up to you. I feel like this sort of makeup trend is very customizable to the person. For me, I need to look glowy and hydrated and not ill, so that's why a lot of my products are going to be glowy. A lot of my products are liquid and cream. I'm not going to be using much powder because I feel like that's counterproductive. Okay, just that we set the precedence for this tutorial. We need to combat the fact that I am carrying a whole lot of emotional baggage under my face, under my eyes, I mean. So I'm going to go in with an eye cream, if I can just show you what the flip it looks like. This is by Isabella Garcier. It's called something in French that I cannot pronounce, but I will list it below for you. It's an eye cream, that's all you need to know. I'm going to do one pump, like that. And then I'm just going to massage this underneath my eyes. The reason why this area definitely needs to be plumped and hydrated is because when you do go in with your concealer afterwards, you do not want it to be creasing or moving around or sitting in any fine lines and wrinkles. So that's why I am paying special attention to the area underneath my eyes. I'll need to prep my lips. So I'm going to go in with something to prep the lips, obviously, and this is by Elizabeth Arden. It's the 8-Hour Cream Skin Protectant Jelly. This stuff is boss. I am literally just going to squeeze out tiny little bit like that, and this is going to sit on my lips for the duration of the makeup tutorial so that it can be absorbed into my lips and make them soft and not dry and cracked like the rest of my life. I'm going to go in with 2 primers. Is that excessive? Probably. I don't really care. My first one is a glowy sort of primer. This is the Spotlight Illuminating Primer from Physicians Formula is what I meant to say. I normally try and do about a pump and a half, but because this is almost done, I'm going to be ratchet and decant some off my hand because it is almost finished and I need to get a new one. I am primarily only going to apply this to the outer areas of my face because I'm super oily down the center. And even if you do apply something glowy to an area that is oily, it depends on how oily your skin is. It could either look okay and you could get away with it, or it could just end up making your skin look worse, and I don't want to take that chance, so I'm going to skip it and just keep it on the outside areas of my face just to enhance that natural glow that my skin didn't have but that I've now added on to, so maintain it, if you will. Okay, and then my second primer is the Silk Canvas by Tatcha. This is why you need to wash your hands before trying to open it, because I can't open it. This is a blurring putty sort of primer, and with this I am going to scooch this all over the areas that I am fairly oily, but also the areas where I just want to blur out my skin, because that's what this does, it blurs out. So because I have really large pores on my nose, I want to obviously make them not big. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit over my blemishes, because thanks to Auntie Flo, I am breaking out like a mofo everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spot conceal those areas, but I need the concealer to like go over smoothly. So I'm just going to try and bring down the texture as much as I can. Obviously it's not going to cover and it's not going to bring down the bumpies, but you know what? We'll make a plan, we'll make it work. In some tutorials, I have seen some people just strictly go in with concealer and do their face like that, and by all means you can, totes, depending on how good of a skin day you're having. I have done it before, and I have done a sort of tutorial. I have done that sort of tutorial before, so I'll link that up here for you. At a time where my skin was looking far better than this, and when I went through a stage in my makeup career where I just stopped wearing foundation for like a good 4 to 5 months. But if you do choose to wear a foundation, again, it's personal preference and totally up to you, but I feel like the best results is if you use a foundation that is fairly sheer or sheer to medium, liquid based obviously, preferably water based if you can, if your skin will allow it, unless you are oily, in which case I wouldn't obviously recommend something oil-based or a skin tint like I will be using today. Just because in my mind, the less you can put on, the better. If you are a full coverage person and you feel like your clean girl aesthetic, no makeup requires full coverage, you are more than welcome to do that, because there are ways to manipulate a full coverage foundation to make it look not so full coverage and to not look cakey on the skin. But I will be using a skin tint because they are in at the moment. It is the trending sort of face product that is kind of on the market at the moment. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'm using Glowish by Huda Beauty. This is the shade 02 Fair Light. This is not my color because I was stupid and didn't pick up the lightest one that they had. Well, I thought I knew better, so this is not my color. But it was when I was tan. Never in my life. So I'm going to be applying this with my hands. And the reason why also, just BT dubs before I apply this. The reason why I say a liquid product is better for this type of makeup look is because you can apply it with your hands. Hands warm up the product, and hands thicken up certain sheer to medium coverage foundations or water-based foundations. And by applying it with your hands, you are giving it a more skin-like finish. So the texture will mimic skin. It won't look like you are wearing makeup or foundation, because in applying it with your hands, you are pushing it into your skin. That being said, I will be going over with a Real Technique sponge just to pick up some excess product, because like I said, this is not my shade. So I'm going to be applying like next to nothing of this. But I wanted to use a skin tint specifically to show you for this tutorial. So don't come for me for the color. I am aware I'm not stupid in this moment, but I was stupid when I bought this. Okay, moving on. The other reason why I am using this is because this has such a nice glow or glowy finish to it. Okay, it's not too bad, but I mean it's bad. I really like this product because of the glowy finish it has. I mean, it's called Glowish, so obviously it has a really glowy finish. So that's the whole reason why as well I decided to go in with this skin tint specifically. Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna just push this in with my beauty sponge, or my Real Technique sponge rather, just to soak up a little bit of the excess, and also just to really push the product into my skin. Okay, my choice of concealer today is by Maybelline. It's the Instant Anti-Age Eraser. I'm in the shade 03 Fair. This is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, my actual skin tone. With this look, you can either use concealer to do one of two things. You can either use it just to color correct, hide the couple of bumpies that you do have on your skin, or you can use it to give yourself a little bit of a lift in terms of highlighting. But I found the thing that works best with this trend is to actually get a concealer that matches your skin 100%, and to actually just color correct and fix a couple of things. But that would probably only really work if you didn't go in with a foundation or a skin tint. That being said, you can do whatever you want. I need a little bit of help today, so I'm going to go in with a slightly lighter concealer to help just brighten up areas and to color correct. So I've already twisted the top to decant some product here, so I'm going to put it in the inner corner there and there. I'm going to lift my face today, so I'm going in the outer corners in an upward motion to lift. I'm also going to cover the demons that are on my face who have decided to just set up camp. I am also going to just lift the outer corners of my mouth. So in terms of placement, I'm going to go over my nose as well because product is already missing there. So in terms of placement, you want to get it in places that are going to help lift and bring up the face. So it's almost like giving yourself a facelift, but without actually going for, you know, the painful injections and operation. I am, of course, going to blend this out. And again, the type of product you choose, or the type of product that you are more comfortable with, use that. But I feel like in this situation, a liquid based and also a sheer to medium-ish coverage kind of concealer is going to achieve the best look. Okay, so next up is brows, but I have a very specific routine on that I will link up here for you. But right now, BRB. Okay, we're back. Brows are on and super full and super thick and super bushy today. I don't know what happened, but we're going to roll with it. We are going to just continue. Cool. So obviously when it comes to like the no makeup trend or clean aesthetic, the clean girl aesthetic, you can do your brows however you wish to do your brows. But the best thing to continue with the whole facelift situation is to keep your brows brushed up, because the brushed up brow situation is beneficial to lifting your face. Not how I have done them, because I went flipping overboard with my brows today. But it's a situation, so we are just going to move on. So here's where you can kind of customize the look for yourself. You can either go in with a bronzer, contour, blush, all three. It's totally up to you, but the best way to keep it as natural looking as possible is to go in with strictly liquid products or cream products. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with a blush and a highlighter. I'm only going to just bring out the certain tones in my face to keep the rest of the look super natural. So the liquid blush that I'm going in with today is by Rare Beauty. It is in the shade Happy. It's the liquid radiant blush. She has a range of matte-ish blushes. This is the Luminous radiant one. So I am going again to lift the face. Again, to lift the face, placement is important. So I am going to keep the blush at the very tops of my cheekbone, because this is going to direct the face upwards and give it the lift. Lift the face, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm going to push that in with my beauty blender. And I'm just going to keep it right here. Naturally, I do blush down here, but it's actually not blush. I just get very flustered and red in my face. So by keeping it up here, it's giving me a more youthful, more radiant look to my face. And it's also kind of shaping my face. And then, like I said, I'm still going to highlight my face because I just want to keep in with the glowiness, keep the glow in my skin going. So I am going to go in with my tried and true, which is Hush Cream Color Base by MAC. This is a cream product. And you can use this underneath foundation, over foundation, under makeup, over makeup, however you want. I really enjoy this underneath foundation because it just gives the skin in general that glow from within look. So you can see there, it just gives a really nice beam of light onto the skin without taking away from the rest of the face. And it just contributes to the overall glow that we're trying to achieve in the face. So I'm taking this all over the high points of my face. I'm going into the brow, on the lid, obviously the cheek area, or the place where you would normally highlight, I would say. And then just a little bit on the tip of the nose. And also in applying your cream products with your fingers, just BT dubs again, you're warming up the product so it's melting into your skin. So it doesn't look like you have applied highlighter, it just looks like that highlight is coming from within. Okay, then just to set everything, refresh everything, and just set it in place, I'm going to go in with some of my Tatcha spray, just a few spritzes. This type of product does add quite a glowy finish to the skin, but by pressing it in with my beauty sponge all over, I am marrying it into the rest of my makeup, so it's just going to melt everything so that everything, all the products that I have put on my face, it's going to look like it belongs there. It comes from within my skin, within my face, and it won't look like I've actually applied makeup. When I do this and when I turn my head, I have all the dimension, but it looks still like my skin. And if I had to come a little bit closer, you can still see that everything looks very much like skin texture. You can still see some of my blemishes. Nothing is powdered, so it looks like I just have really hydrated looking skin. Again, I have a very specific lash tutorial on my channel that you can go and check very soon. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it will be uploaded soon. So I'm going to do my lashes real quick. So BRB. Back, and my lashes are on. So just to finish off this look, I'm just going to do a nude color on my lips. I did say I wanted to do just like a pop or something to not make my skin look entirely flat, or to not make my face look entirely flat. So I'm going in with a Paint Paint Lacquer by MAC. This is in the shade Paint Pleasure. I absolutely love these lip products. I have quite a few shades in this lip range. You can of course go in with any lipstick, or in fact any lip product you want. You can go in with a lip gloss, a lipstick, a lip stain, chapstick if you want. But for me, I really like these vinyl lip gloss lipsticks, these lip paint things. They're just so cozy to wear. They come in a beautiful shade range. Like I said, I had so many. But I feel like this sort of thing, or this sort of nude, just brings a little bit of color to the face, but it doesn't take away from everything. So there's nothing specifically fighting for your attention. This is the completed clean girl aesthetic look. Well, at least my version of it in any case. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, engage with it in some shape or form, follow me on social media, and I will see you in my next tutorial. And don't forget, wherever you can, refer the Gypsy Caravan. That's me. Thanks for watching.